Dragon Ball seller, I want your tiniest dende.
I want your
My
smallest dende. Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alex.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, Dragon Ball Z Ocean Dub, Episode 12, The End of Snake Way. Debuted January 3rd, 1997. Made of the end of Snake Way and defying gravity. And no, I'm not going to sing that. And then Episode 13, A Fight Against Gravity. Catch Bubbles! Debuted January 10th, 1997, made of defying gravity again, and Goku's ancestors.
Can I be very real with you? This end of Snake Way episode, not a lot of Snake Way in it. A lot more Piccolo and Gohan in it.
We just reached the end. The end of Snake Way is literally like we see the end of Snake Way. There's no plot relevance.
But we are starting to finally get back into actual manga material again, which is always nice.
This episode is only 50% filler.
Yeah, Gohan getting the pseudo great ape form and then becoming the great ape because of an illusion.
Which I assume on some level foreshadows Bardock in the Ocean Dub being a scientist that can create faux moons.
This is before Blutz waves were a thing. I just want to point out this is way before we discovered Blutz waves.
Yeah, I find it really funny because of that. Because Vegeta will be the first person to blutz us with his bringing in the blutz, which now kind of implies that every Saiyan pod has a scan of every moon in it. So it just kind of picks up, or someone has to be there. And go, where are you sending the kid? Earth. What's the Earth's moon like? It's not the blue one.
Well, you know what they say. Goku's father was an average warrior, but he was a brilliant scientist.
He knew a lot about the moon.
Yeah, just one moon, but he knew a lot about it. But yeah, we get a little fun Gohan Piccolo training, getting closer together, making Piccolo's heart grow 3 sizes that day, and then he goes monkey.
Yeah. And again, Piccolo pulls his tail off with a popping sound, like he's
Yeah.
made of Lego.
So funny. I love that sound.
I do like that the episode kind of goes into what happened to Goku's space pod, though.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. It's unfortunate how these episodes have made Dragon World so much smaller. Because the wilderness is 20-minute walk from Gohan's house, a 20-minute walk from the pyramids, apparently a 20-minute walk from the mountain Goku crashed at. It's Dragon World is very walkable, is what we're establishing.
If Budokai 3 taught me anything, it's you can get it across it pretty quick.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot taught me a similar thing, except there are more robots in the way.
Yeah, I got to play Xenoverse 3. No, I didn't get to play Xenoverse 3. I saw somebody else play Xenoverse 3. It's just
I was about to be really jealous.
Did they know you were watching them play Xenoverse 3?
Yeah, yes. Bandai Namco representative just see these eyes pure.
What are you doing in there? You playing Xenoverse? Can I watch?
Can I come in?
It's just Xenoverse again, guys.
Just you like one of my cats, just please let me in. I want to see.
I think
I've been living here for 6 months.
Yeah.
In the walls.
I do love that this will technically end up becoming canon later on as well, which amuses me. Because Dr. Brees will mention later on that it's going to be hard to make Goku a spaceship because his pod is destroyed. Which, so that technically retrospectively makes this canon. It's very weird.
They do other things.
It's the Briefs family. Dr. Briefs is a brilliant playboy philanthropist scientist, that's his whole energy.
Also makes me kind of wonder that the moon projectors do they use it for other things? Is Vegeta watching an in-flight movie using that projector while he's flying around?
Vegeta's just watching the space Golden Girls as he's getting to Earth.
Finally, crazy rich Asians. I've been waiting for this.
Then he meets Chi down the line, oh shit.
Yeah,
they're real.
I have enough time to watch both Avatar sequels.
I'm gonna get through all of Legend of Korra. You have no idea.
That would have been a thing. Nappa comes out. Nappa has been watching the animated Avatar. I thought we were watching Avatar. We were watching Avatar.
You mean the one with the blue people, right? No, not the one with the blue people.
There are some fun cuts this episode. We get an impact shot because Piccolo hits Gohan flat in the skull, which Ocean were like, no. They remove Piccolo's purple blood, even though it's purple. It's not enough. It's still removed.
Mm-hmm.
And they paint Roshi's beer blue again, which is always good. And they cut away from some shots of Gohan's naked butt after he transforms back.
Nice frothy mug of water. I do enjoy Piccolo throughout this episode slowly having a nervous breakdown, just being like, okay, what is happening? Oh god, there's a tail. Why didn't Gohan have his sword? Like, Piccolo is experiencing the single parent experience really hard in this episode, and I kind of enjoy that because Scott McNeil is selling it really good.
My highlight is when he splits to chase Gohan, and Gohan's in like sort of feral mode, and they're having this like back and forth conversation. It's like, make a note, tails grow back. It's like the two Piccolos.
Also, when they split, they do shine him out, but like you still see like the ooze between them, and I hate it so much.
What I like is this time the other Piccolo comes out with velocity. Yeah. He's forced down and flying forward, meaning it's kind of like a Piccolo ejection. Like, he kind of, I'm not going to use the word I was going to use there. But he kind of belches him out effectively. There's forces being applied.
I mean, you know, Namekians reproduce via vomiting up eggs. I'm not entirely sure how that process works, but they reproduce by vomiting up eggs. This just seems to be it's kind of like when you cut an earthworm in half, I think, is kind of the vibe here.
Yeah, I don't even think Namekians have like a cloaca or anything. I think they just vomit eggs.
They're just like a Ken doll.
Yeah.
They just vomit up eggs.
Which Ken doll vomits eggs? I must have missed that release.
No, you missed that one.
Press his back and he fires an egg.
I mean, it makes you wonder about, like, okay, I'm going off topic for a second, but stay with me here. We've already talked whether or not Namekians have bones. Do Namekians have enough genetic diversity in order to keep their species safe from like the development of diseases? And they can't survive drought. We know that, but can they survive the development of diseases without enough genetic diversity? So there has to be some sort of gamete thing going on here. Like I need to know how this works.
Are we suggesting that eventually Piccolo will split and we'll get shiny Piccolo?
Yes.
Yes. Blue.
He's blue Piccolo.
God damn it, not again.
He gets to be orange at a certain point. Like, let Piccolo be whatever color of the rainbow he wants to be. Happy Pride.
Roy G. Biv.
It is. This whole episode is kind of funny because the entire thing is like, let's do that other episode we did again. Why? Because we can do it again.
And we like Piccolo and Gohan content. I think that's it too. We like Piccolo and Gohan content.
Well, one, it does establish that the tail grows back, which comes into play during the Vegeta fight. And two, I don't know, you've spent all this money making Ozaru assets. Let's keep using them.
I mean, you know, because the people who animated this watched Dragon Ball, maybe not like, you know, the American audience, but like we'd already established the tails grow back. I guess we had to do it again.
I mean, because technically we know tails grow back on Saiyans.
Yeah.
Gohan is half Saiyan, so.
And then
we do technically need to confirm
tail never grows back. You ever think Vegeta feels kind of shitty about the fact that his tail never grows back?
He shaves it.
I assume it doesn't grow back once you reach adulthood.
Yeah.
And not minus like what happens in like GT/Daima/ all that stuff.
/ everything else where the tails grew back in adulthood. Like it's
so. Yeah. Well, even in GT, it isn't. I mean, Goku's a kid again, and they have to do this really slapsticky sequence where they pull it out with pliers.
Yeah.
And that wasn't it one of the Kais that does it as well?
As the Elder Kai does
it. So you justify that as magic. Magic has to be involved somewhere down the line at adulthood.
I remember a theory someone had that once like a Saiyan like outstrips the power of the Ozaru in like their base form, then they don't grow it back, which I kind of like as an explanation.
Like, they like also, I mean, we know Kami permanently removes it from Goku as a teenager. we can assume because Gohan doesn't get it after the Vegeta fight that maybe it got cut off so many times in such a short within a year they're just like no, it's not growing back.
Kind of like electrolysis, you just shock the hair enough until it stops coming back.
Yeah, I don't know why Goten and Trunks don't
I'm
tail
assuming
out.
I'm assuming Bulma like removed those tails the second those kids came out. Like
But
I have a
you know Vegeta would have hated that.
I know, but what is Vegeta gonna do? She pays his bills. She keeps a roof over his head. She gave him children. What the fuck is Vegeta gonna say?
I mean,
Vegeta is the world's strongest sugar baby.
maybe just Bulma's genes are that strong.
I mean, in the case of Bulla, I mean, yes.
But Goten is just Goku, but small.
I personally subscribe to the theory that Vegeta cuts his own tail off repeatedly because he's raised on Earth. You can't get good pants that fit a tail. So he's like, I'm just gonna have to make do.
Like, but it's in like this is later on, but it's still interesting to me when Vegeta never loses his balance when he loses the tail, but Goku and Gohan both experience balance issues. Gohan doesn't have that same issue this time around because it's filler. But
Because he's crawling on like a spider though as well, which would help.
he's doing the like
It always makes me laugh when you get these bits because it reminds you that the whole Great Ape thing in Dragon Ball was totally written as a one-off joke, and there were never any plans to follow up what this kind of was or really do anything with it. And it just happened. We needed like, oh, how do we justify Goku being an alien for this new one? Well, there's that tail thing we never did anything with.
I mean, now it's time to go to space. But yeah, like I do I do like this Home Alone style episode that we got and Piccolo just unequipped to handle this child. And it did also remind me that Piccolo himself is only like 8 years old at this point. Like this did remind me of that fact. Like Piccolo is technically only 8 years old.
I love they added the line of "I'm getting too old for this." Yeah, and it's like Piccolo, you're not that old.
Yeah, that always kind of bothered me. Like, why did Dende grow slower? And I assume it's because King
Cigarettes.
Piccolo essentially clones himself. Like that's why the Kami life energy is preserved there. Um, Otherwise, yeah, why would Dende be an adolescent into GT? Who knows? No, nobody knows.
And
Maybe
then we get Justin Cook Dende, who's been smoking since 1995.
maybe it's deliberate. Dender's like, I'm more marketable, small.
Then he becomes a baby again in Daima because we got to sell those toys, baby.
Yeah.
He
I gotta
becomes
go to the mall store while I'm in Tokyo again.
buy a little Dende.
Buy a tiny buy a baby Dende. Like
Dragon Ball seller, I want your tiniest Dende.
I want your smallest Dende.
My biggest search, I think, this time around, we're just beating around the bush over these two episodes, but we'll get the King Kai soon. But
We'll get there.
I would like a King Kai figure. I have a King Kai Funko with bubbles.
Cute.
And Chaozu. I want a Chaozu.
We've talked about the Chaozu. We gotta find your
I
Chaozu.
really do want the Chaozu.
My dream item is from the Dragon Ball Science Museum. They had a King Kai on King Kai's planet. It was an optical illusion, so it looked really small. I want that. It had a little car that went around the planet as well.
I think I just want a tiny Dende now. I want the smallest Dende I can find, microscopic Dende.
You can absorb it through your skin.
I want him to be just a small bean of a Dende. But yeah, no, like this episode, it's fun. I enjoyed the fun filler. I enjoyed that the end of Snake Way literally has no Snake Way in it. What a bad title for this episode.
It is a case of like End of Snake Way has a lot more stuff, but even in the original End of Snake Way episode, there's not that much more stuff.
Also, the commercial break for this one was different, right? Like they did something wonky happened during the commercial break. Like
Yes.
We'll be right back. Okay, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't hallucinating.
It is a bit wonky, but I'm not sure if that is just how we've had to rebuild the episode because Dragon Box didn't have those in all the time.
That's fair.
So
it's been fascinating watching this both Ocean dub and like Funimation dub side by side because the bumps in the Funimation dub are like the most harrowing, like dark stuff, especially like the pendulum room from last week. And it's just like the goofy like Gohan doing questionable things in his father's lap bump. And like it's just the total mishmash is just all over the place.
It
Yeah,
is
and
crazy.
then for the original Ocean rings, they had to have Goku announce them because of how advert rules work in the US for kids TV. You have to make it clear that what is a show and what is an advert. That's why you have Goku saying "back to our show." They've basically dubbed over a piece of very shoddy Goku footage to have him say that because you have to declare that this is now programming, not advertisement. That is an unfortunate thing of just Japan is much looser on how that works.
Yeah.
I do have to say the episode where we had Goku and King Kai interacting for the first time did remind me that this voice actor would go on to be Rolf in Ed, Edd n Eddy because of the way he just like yells and makes monkey noises, and it was like, oh no, like that's the same guy. Like I forgot about that.
The King Kai stuff's fun because obviously the first part is that King Kai thinks Goku's there to learn comedy, and oh my God, comedy does not translate easily. There's a lot of just different versions of those jokes. A lot of them don't work. I do quite like the Funimation when Goku's trying to think of a joke. They give him one which is knock knock, who's there? Krillin?
Really?
And then he goes off.
But you can't tune a fish.
I love that. Love that. We won't get to that this season, but I love that.
Because yeah, if you want Goku's jokes in Japanese, it is my futon flew away gone, my feline has gone supine, and my stylus is sightless.
You will never convince me that Goku knows the word supine organically. You will never.
It is a much more common word he's using. Just supine would be the direct translation. They're all specifically King Kai in Japan asks for puns, a very specific type of comedy delivery that's common in, I believe, sort of older Japanese. So Toriyama's childhood, that kind of double act style. So this is how you would deliver these, but they're all kanji puns, which obviously don't translate at all. Apart from my feline has gone supine, which does sound like a really good name for a punk band.
It does. Ska band. That sounds like a ska band to me.
Because, like, yeah, we cut a bit where King Kai is scratching his bum and making a joke that he sounds like a mosquito because his name has some of the same. Yeah, this is one of those episodes where you go, this has been cut to ribbons, but I can't blame them because there's no way to translate this.
This is a weird one. I do like Goku seeing Bubbles and being like, clearly that's King Kai. That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Two is a Saiyan.
Yeah, does the monkey walk and everything.
The monkey walk is cute. I have a soft spot in my heart for when Goku does cute, stupid nonsense. And this is cute, stupid nonsense Goku. Like I love the dumber and cuter Goku is, the happier I am. And this is a dumb, cute Goku.
I also kind of like how he Looney Tunes it because he doesn't seem to recognize the gravity's a problem until King Kai mentions it. I love the idea that Goku is just like reality warpingly stupid.
The Sir Isaac Newton mention really took me off guard. I forgot about that.
That's a dub edition, as you can probably guess. Goku does not know who Newton is.
Newton in Dragon World would be crazy.
Which survives in the Funimation dub too. So it's just like, oh, okay, you kept this in.
Funimation bring a lot of the ocean stuff across for this episode. I can only presume it's because they just didn't want to try and retranslate. They kind of accept there's no way to retranslate half of this.
Yeah.
That's why Goku retains his why the chicken crossed the road, it was too far to fly, which I'll give you credit is probably the closest they could have got to one of those Kai jokes that works in English.
I mean, because doing puns in the English language is very different from doing puns in the Japanese language, just on the basis of one is an Indo-European language and the other is Afro-Asiatic, And
you need a joke that will be bad but make sense. Because obviously Goku is stupid, so yeah, that is a joke you can see Goku telling. Talking of that, we get a lot of number changes and stuff in these episodes across Japan and my favorite is that in the anime specifically, they say it takes 3 weeks to catch Bubbles, but in the manga it only took 40 days. Which is like, weird little change. And they switch it round. In the manga, King Kai says Goku's jump is pathetic. But in the anime, he praises it. It's one of the weirdest little changes.
In the manga, does it say how long it takes Goku to get to King Kai's planet?
Not that I can remember off the top of my head. I do not have that noted.
because he gets there and he's like, oh yeah, they'll be on Earth in like 3 months or something, or 6 months, whatever it is.
Well, yeah, in the manga and in Japan, Goku's told there's 158 days remaining till the Saiyans arrive. Funimation say it's 88, which I quite like because they've been saying, oh, it's 3 months, but now it's only 88 days, so a little under 3 months, depending on the three specific months.
It makes it feel more anxious. Like we got to get moving, you know.
Again, I don't fully understand why the weird change to 88 all of a sudden. Maybe it is to make it sound more, because 158 is quite a big number.
That's like a third of that's almost like a little over a third of a year. So
that's like a solid term, yeah.
It's like that's a solid semester. Like you could absolutely pull your grades up, you know.
Yeah, he never falls, we never get all the filler stuff he does. So as far as we know in the manga, pretty straight shot for Goku to get to King Kai's world.
Goku was just taking his time in this case. Like he was just being a jerk.
I mean, we don't know what King Kai's planet orbits around either, so it could be 158 days on that planet, but 88 everywhere else.
Does his planet orbit anything?
We don't see it. I don't think it does, but I do like the idea that King Kai is like, oh yeah, no, because we have a really fast orbit. It's actually like 6 years here.
Yeah,
orbiting like the tip of the snake way tail.
Really, really fast.
It's going faster than Goku can keep up. That's why the gravity is so much. It's not about the gravity; it's the centrifugal force of the planet.
Do you think BoJack hears every time Goku crashes into King Kai's planet?
That's why he's so mad in the movie. That's why he's so upset in the movie. He's like, you woke me up. You kept crashing into crap. You know, it's the same reason why Broly hates Goku, because he's too damn loud.
Imagine that for like Whis as well. Like he's like Whis just like on his stick when Beerus is sleeping, like watching this. No, actually, I think he's watching Bulma. I think he's like convinced of like Real Housewives. He's just watching Bulma all this time. Like, yes.
I didn't mention this. Like Bulma's weird like ADHD crash out. I forgot to mention that happening. Like her just being like, sorry, I'm just a little on edge, and just hopping from topic to topic. What happened? What was going on there?
Randomly ragging out Oolong. Which is Oolong, he deserves it.
But what was going on there? Like was that just a bunch of dirty cuts? Was that just a bad script?
It's slightly smoother in Japan, but it's just as like weird. I think it only really exists so we can have Roshi be like, that's a moon, but there's no moonlight. Translation, we forgot to foreshadow this projector thing.
Fair enough. I forgot to mention that. But anyway, back to Goku being cute on King Kai's planet. I love Bubbles. Can I just be really honest? I love King Kai's monkey. I don't understand why the monkey is there. Is the monkey also immortal? Like, do we ever get confirmation? Is Bubbles a Kai? Do we get confirmation on any of this?
Bubbles is the Kai of the monkeys. Monkeys get their own Kai.
He's the Saiyan Kai.
I was always a fan of Gregory. He's my favorite of the two.
Oh, I like Gregory.
Gregory's cute.
But he's not canon. Gregory isn't canon.
He's canon in our hearts. I love how weird King Kai is. Just in general, it does work really well.
We're doing the Ocean dub. I really like the Ocean dub voice for King Kai. But I think, Schemmel probably doesn't get enough credit for voicing, because Goku Black is just Goku with a bad British accent, and Nail is scratchier Goku. I don't think Sean gets enough credit for King Kai. I love the kind of like Dom DeLuise energy he's bringing to that role.
Having played Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and had King Kai screaming at me from my PlayStation 5 controller, yeah, no, Shammel's doing a great job. It is terrifying every time that shit happens, though.
At least he doesn't sound like him. Everyone forgets this is also him.
Yeah.
I think that is it. Like, I think everyone forgets that Schemmel plays King Kai because it does sound so different.
I need to get a King Kai figure when I'm in Tokyo again.
You get King Kai costume.
Oh yeah. Paint my face blue. So are the Kais at least of the quadrant Kais, are they cockroach people?
They do have cockroachy things about them.
They do. Like they got their little antenna guys, and they're like very squat, like a cockroach.
Yeah.
And Japanese cockroaches are big, are huge. They're crazy. They're kaiju. So
They will teach you kung fu as well if you talk to them.
yeah, by flying at your face because they're the kind that fly.
I think they are meant to be cockroachy people. It kind of gets lost in against everything else.
Also got his like little mustache tentacles.
Oh yeah, the growths.
Yeah. I don't know what to call that. Like
It's not quite
healers.
yeah.
Facial accoutrements.
Yeah. Do they
Like
all
it,
have them? Do all four of
Piccolo's
them
antenna.
I also do like we get sort of the catching, but I'd love the catching bubbles thing because it is Goku having a rare moment of actually being intelligent.
Yeah, he knows
But
to go the other direction.
A very specific dumb form of intelligence.
It does take 3 weeks technically for him to figure that out.
And he only works out after looking between his own legs, which I always find quite amusing.
Love you, Goku. Never change. Goku, never change. Never go to school, Goku. We love you best when you're illiterate.
Of course, we do end up with some of the weirder things here because King Kai is apparently familiar with Saiyans, can sense Saiyans, work out how far away Saiyans are, and says that Vegeta and Nappa are the 2 deadliest fighters in the universe, which makes no sense at all.
We didn't know Frieza was going to be a thing yet.
Yeah. The longer this show goes on, the funnier that joke becomes. The 2 strongest fighters in the universe, apart from literally everybody else.
You ever think that when Goku sees King Kai, you ever think he brings that up at some point, being like, "Hey, didn't you say Vegeta and Nappa were the strongest?" And King Kai being like, "I don't know, man. I was drinking at the time. Leave me alone."
This was a dark period in my life.
It was a dark period.
I'll be dead before I acknowledge Goku Black.
Well, there's so much about like how many movies, I know they're not canon, but how many movies are like Goku, this is the strongest thing that's ever been on the Tree of Might. You can't handle this. Oh, BoJack, who was like hiding in my planet that you blew up. Your son can't handle this. Oh, an entire quadrant of the galaxy is wiped out by Broly. We're not going to talk about like how that affects the other Kais, but
Yep.
but that this is it. Every time there's always like something that's just
I think that when Broly blew up that quadrant, South Kai absolutely needed to be fired. Like that was the one thing that you're supposed to do is keep that shit afloat. And it just blew up. Sorry, you're gonna have to turn in your badge and your keys.
Literally. Then who else do you get to do it? You need to find another weirdo.
I mean, like the angels can like pull one out of a plant or something. I don't know where the Kais come from at this point. No one knows. The like heavenly order of Dragon Ball would take a 50-hour video to try to figure out.
But now I have the image like Whis appearing in someone's house. Like, hey, you're Kai of the West now. What's a Kai? What's a Kai? You'll work it out. It just throws you out the window. Off you go, champ.
I assume because Supreme Kai is part of a group that in the millennia or eons or however long, like colorful cockroach siblings evolved into the Kais that we know today.
But the Supreme Kais come out of trees. Daima told us that they're birthed by trees.
Or were birthed by trees.
They were birthed by trees. Like
someone forgot to water it.
Yeah, and then the trees are gone because they were no longer birthing those Kais.
Demon Realm has basically become they're just from the Demon Realm. Like, where does this come from? They're just from the Demon Realm.
Demon Realm is Costco for your deities.
Yeah.
They're just picking them up from there.
The Kai is dead, off to the Demon Realm, pick up another one.
One video, all 3 of us are gonna like have a whiteboard behind us as we try to figure out where everything comes from and putting together the red strings. I figured it out.
The answer is it's simply just to show you should just relax.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball. We're all here. It is vibes based storytelling sometimes, and it's very clear when it's vibes based storytelling.
Because what we also establish here is that something that's going to really amuse me going forward is Kai mentions that maybe Goku can learn the technique I can't master, and it's like, okay, so you named it before mastering it. That's very presumptuous of you, King Kai. Also, you're totally right. He's going to take it to a level you've never taken it, times 10.
Yeah.
Am I like the gravity on King Kai's planet? Does that vary dub to dub, translation to translation?
No, I've always seen it as times 10.
Okay.
Maybe it changes later on.
Yeah. There was
He,
part of me that was like, and this might just be me growing up, but I thought I remembered somebody saying it's times five.
I am sure across one of the games or something else they have said times 5 because Funimation changed numbers with gay abandon for some reason.
he
I
also
re
does mention that like planet Vegeta has a similar gravity
Is
to
also
his
10
planet,
times.
Yeah,
which would explain why Vegeta is so short.
but not Nappa.
But not Nappa. It's because
That
Nappa
that
was, Nappa was older.
Yeah, it's also really weird that apparently like Vegeta is this really important planet that all the gods know about it for this week. Because like King Kai's whole thing about, oh yeah, they're the most powerful people in the world. They have their reason they're strong is because of this gravity. Like that isn't really how it works. How does this gravity allow you to fire the Gallic gun?
Um,
Uh,
Obviously, because that's you went to the guy named Garlic and he taught it to you.
Oh, at least once I want a plot something to invade Earth and then to arrive and to die because of nitrogen or something. Oh, that's War of the Worlds.
That is War of the Worlds. Like what? Like that's just it, right? Like so the thing about some of these things is that they open up so many questions about how this shit works that your brain just goes, okay, but if the planet is 10 times Earth's gravity, what does that mean about the size? What does that mean about the size of the planet? What does that mean about like the development of life on this planet? What does that mean about the atmosphere? Because planet Vegeta is always like red when we see it. So like what is the atmosphere composition like? How can Vegeta breathe here?
Well, again, it's also the idea that because King Kai's planet exists in
the
heaven.
afterlife?
Heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't really obey, which kind of implies that King Kai just likes it this way. Which, to be fair, if my planet could be walked around in 10 minutes, I would have high gravity because it means, you don't get bored.
And you get a good car.
Yeah, sometimes I see people talk about the car online, like planet that small. Why does this guy have a car? And it's like, because why not?
Because even Goku said the wheels are tight, man. We
Yeah.
are getting close.
Because Toriyama liked drawing cars. To be fair, I like the car. Before we end, the car is my favorite thing because, again, I think it really highlights my favorite thing about the Toriyama afterlife, where it's once you're in the afterlife, you can do whatever you want, and most people react to that by becoming weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's this is salaryman heaven. So what do? It's like all the shit you can't do because of your boss. So King Yemma wrestles people. King Kai plays around with his car and pet monkey all day.
No, you have a point. But it does sound like pretty fun actually. But what are some final thoughts before we get before the gods come to smite us?
Um, I feel like we're back on track a bit. I like being finally at King Kai's planet because it means the fight's coming up finally. Uh the Gohan Piccolo stuff is harmless. We've seen worse filler in the weeks leading up to this. It's fine.
Yeah, same thing. It's good we're finally moving a little bit. I always found the pod thing annoying just because it felt again like it made the world feel smaller. The fact you can walk into Goku's pod, I don't know, it feels like it should be gone. I've always been a little bit sad that Gohan regrew the tail here and we didn't see sort of feral midway point Gohan become a thing. I think that would have been a really cool way to differentiate him. But I get why it's filler, it's never going to be a thing. King Kai is a delightful, delightful weirdo, and he's just funny to be around. Um, yeah, Ocean is still really struggling here. You can see again, I've mentioned it a few times, but we're seeing those repeated cuts are coming back to slowly haunt us. Episodes are ending in weird places. Like we end the first one as Goku sees bubbles, which is a bad place to end an episode. And, we're in this situation, episode 13. We haven't hit the point that's going to cause problems, which is Vegeta. Because he is bringing with him blood, gore, and violence. All the things Saban don't like. So think of how things are going to get very, very soon when this already weird pacing hits the stuff we 100% have to censor.
Oh boy, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, like Gohan and Piccolo filler is harmless. It's some cute harmless filler. I actually agree. I would have loved to see more feral Gohan. I think that would have been really cool to see develop over time, especially on Namek, but it's filler. We were never going to get it. Sometimes the interesting ideas don't get to come to the forefront. I love chasing bubbles. I've always loved Goku and King Kai. I think that they play off each other really, really well. I enjoy that it's another eccentric kung fu weirdo trying to get Goku to focus for like 5 goddamn minutes, and it's fun. I like it a lot. It's very, very it's sweet. And I do remember it from being a kid and being very excited, but it is wild as an adult going back to these really dirty cuts in places and being like, "Oh no, they were struggling." But that does mean that we have pulled into our final destination. That's right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again in joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.